Hello guys! Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I will show you how to create a DIY reversible face mask using a pattern available on the description box below. While you are watching and you find something that you like, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on my channel.
Materials that we need in this project are the patterns, fabrics, scissor, Tailors chalk, elastic band, pins, and the sewing machine. Now that you get your pattern all printed out, let's go ahead and start tracing and cutting. The size that I will use is the medium. If you think that this pattern is too small, you can modify this by adding a 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch. Next, prepare the fabric. To make this mask, I recommend to use a 100% cotton for the both outside and the lining layer. This fabric should be larger than the pattern. I'm going to place the front side together and put pin in each of the corners. Prepare in tracing and cutting around my pattern. Each of the different pattern sizes has a green lines drawn toward the front curve. This will help you line up your pattern in any kind of directional prints with the fabric that you are using. Trace the pattern including the seam allowance using a Tailors chalk or a marker. After you trace it, cut the fabric according to the pattern using your fabric scissor. If you are new in sewing, you want to buy one pair of nice scissors. Save them for all your fabric cutting because in any time that you use a sharp fabric scissor and paper, it will dull them and make your cutting out on a fabric a lot harder and make it less accurate. The first sewing step that we are going to do is to sew the curve at the corner of an inch. Finish the seam, clip around the curved part so that we can bend it easier, matches the mask shape. Do the same thing on the lining. I'm going to press the front curve of the mask with both lining and the outside layer. Once I press the curve at the inside, I fold it back in half and give one final press. If you are new in my channel, one thing that I always like to impress on everybody is to make sure that you add a quick press on your project. It will really add a professionalism value at the end. With my lining all pressed, I'm ready to join the outside layer and the lining layer. I'm gonna take that center seam of the lining, flip it right side out and line up with center seam of the outside layer. Place a pin at both top and the bottom of that center seam through both layers of the mask. Hopefully now you can see that we are lining up the bottom line of the mask as well as the top line of the mask. So I'm gonna put few more pin in place because our next step is to sew both those edges together. So here's one more professional tip for you. Before we flip inside out, we're gonna take our scissors and put some small slit in the seam allowance to the seam that we just sewed. Anytime that you have seen that curves on the body or move on the body, you need to release some of the tension from the fabric. But of course, be careful not to split through the seam that you just sewed. See bends now? We want that to happen when it goes to your nose, onto your eyes, onto your ears. Our next step is very carefully press the edge of the mask. We want to make sure that the lining and the outside fabric are even. Your goal is for the lining to sit flat inside of your mask. After we finish pressing the edges, fold it in half one more time. Make sure that the lining is pressed nice, smooth toward the inside curve. Having elastic band, you can use any size you want. In this video, I use 6 inches elastic band. That elastic band inside and pin it. fabric for the last time, about 1 millimeter to have a clean look. Finally, our face mask is finished, and the best thing to this face mask is reversible.
Thank you for watching this video. If you find this video useful, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on my channel.